Mr. Vinay Kumar has introduced me, but he had not introduced you. So I am still in the darkness. So to know what I talk, what should I talk, what should I omit, what exactly is to be brought in, whether I have also to be part of somebody who will frighten you with something which is and all that thing, or tell you all that things after knowing you. So be sincere. I will ask you a few questions. You sincerely answer by raising your hand. Vasthu Shastra is Indian wisdom on residence. Those who agree may please raise your. Vasthu Shastra is Indian wisdom on residence or place of living.
వారు అడిగిన ప్రశ్న ఏంటంటే వాస్తు శాస్త్రం అనేది భారత విజ్ఞానమా, ఆ తర్వాత నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు, ఇంతవరకు సరిపోతుంది. అది భారతీయ విజ్ఞానమా అనేది. దీన్ని ఎవరు అంగీకరిస్తారు, ఎవరు దీన్ని భిన్నంగా ఉంటారు, చేతులు ఎత్తమని అడుగుతున్నారు. ఏదో ఒకదానికి ఎత్తండి, మన మర్యాదన్న కాపాడు.
గుడ్. త్రీ only. Okay. Vasthu Shastra is real, but the Vastu Pandits are fake. Vasthu Shastra is real, genuine. Vastu Pandits are fake. Those who agree with that, please raise your hand.
వాస్తు శాస్త్రం కరెక్టే కానీ పండితులే ఫేక్, వాళ్ళే నకిలీలు అంటున్నారు.
ఓకే, అబౌట్ 5 persons. ఓకే, గుడ్. వాస్తు శాస్త్ర ఈస్ ఆల్ హంబక్.
వాస్తు శాస్త్రం అనేది మొత్తం అది కల్పితమే.
4 persons. వాస్తు శాస్త్ర ఈస్ ఆల్ బ్లైండ్ బిలీఫ్.
మూఢ విశ్వాసం,
మూఢ నంబికే. What exactly I have to talk depends on the level I get from answers of my question. So the final question, those who have not raised their hand, please raise your hand. I agree with you. But I have, as I told you, I am a teacher. I have to take you with my explanation. So it is from that one. You may agree, you may disagree, you may partially agree and partially disagree. But anyone who has not raised the hand earlier, anybody wants to raise? Yeah. You can say in 30 seconds why you did not agree to any of the previous one.
I believe as it is blind belief.
Okay.
Though our elders say, I don't believe, I distrust it.
Now, before I say, as Mr. Reddy has said, Reddy has said, I have to say what Vasthu Shastra is. But before, yes, I will be in a short while, I will be on that one. I will start with that one. Before that, I have to make a statement to take a plaintiff, what we call a mungur jamyam, because without that we are saying in a very dangerous situation, and then I have to ensure myself, so I have to make a statement, and the statement is, there is nothing in the whole world to favorably compare with the ancient Indian architecture. I will repeat, there is nothing in the whole world to favorably compare with ancient Indian architecture. To give you a simple example, when I was studying engineering, that is a long way back, we studied how the bricks are laid. There was a workshop also, how it is to be laid and all that. The professor explained, this is English bond, this is Flemish bond. I asked a question, to that question he answered, this is invented by the Britisher about 450 years ago. You can add another 65 years and say 500 years ago. This has been constructed in India 5,000 years ago. The Indian ancient architecture has this English bond and Flemish bond. It is not called English bond and Flemish bond. About 5,000 years ago, more than 3,000 BC, it is constructed. So we have that an explanation. Now I will take you to the Vasthu Shastra, and I will be doing that one by a presentation so that I can explain stage by stage. This I have explained, the physical meeting to know my audience, and these are the questions which you have answered. Then I have, another question, you can also raise one. Anyone here who had followed any of the authentic text of Vasthu Shastra? These are the texts. Some of them are national texts, some of them are regional texts. The Anga Shastra, Avarajida, Vastu Tattva, Vastu Pirisha, Vastu Prakasha, Vastu Manjari, etc., etc. The last 5 are the national texts. All others are regional texts, including Tantra Samuchaya and Manushale Chandrika in Malayalam. Similarly, you may have certain Telugu. That is with the Sanskrit and then this one. So the president was talking about, I have seen, it is not any of these texts, that is not an authentic text. There are any number of books on Vastu, which we call it, in Malayalam we call it Chavara, or what do you call Chavara? That waste and all that things. That is only to frighten the person. This is the English bond and Flemish bond, which is, this is the photograph of the excavation of the Mohenjo-daro 5,000 years ago. See, the Indian, ancient Indian architecture is not textualized to the extent it deserved. It is there all over India, in Pakistan, and as is various condition, and some of the things you can just see. This is the Mohenjo-daro, the gate and all that things. Then Stupa, then Amravati, Bhaja, 2nd century, and Bahut, 3rd century, Saranath, Ellora, 400 CE, current year. Durga temple in Aihole, Netkan temple, this is a beautiful vault in Karle. Then Kanheri, 2nd century to 6th century. This is Andheri caves, 6th century. Back caves, this is Ajanta. The bottom, you will find the construction all around. So it is whether if somebody says it is to be oriented towards the east and all that things, it is done in all the places in the, like a horseshoe. And Badami, Aurangabad, and Mahabalipuram, Khajuraho, beautiful temple. There is a series of temples are there and all the things. Most of them I have visited. And Tanjavur, that Gopura, the stupa on that one has been constructed on the ground level and hauled all the way to the top of that one. That construction, when it is about 12th century or something like that. Pattadakal 12th century, the other is 11th century. Then Hampi. Then this I will skip. You are getting a new, somebody's scooter or motor vehicle and all that thing. You are heading towards a highway. Before you drive into the highway in full speed, you will check something, right? What is that? You will check the brake. So in Vastu Shastra also there is a brake. And that is called the Anuloma principle. Sasoktimanam upari pradishtam sarvam na cheshtam kshitipadhikanam adasthamanam sagalam kramena vaishya kshidisha dvija varna yogyam. That is the power of the language of Sanskrit. You know, if I have told you without that one, you will say that, oh, this is something like that. So it means what is prescribed for the topmost varna cannot be used by anybody lower. But what has been prescribed for the lowest varna can be used by the upper varna progressively. What is prescribed for Shudra can be used by Vaishya, that can be used by Kshatriya, that can be used by what he can use and all that thing what is there. So this is not connected with Vastu Shastra, it is connected with something else. That is Anuloma marriages is a way of Hindu community. Are you aware of Anuloma marriage? Yes or no? A Brahmin, marriage etc. was not there. A Brahmin can have sexual intercourse with a Brahmin girl. He can have copulation with a Kshatriya girl, a Vaishya girl, and a Shudra girl. Not the other way. Praduloma is not allowed. That is, a Shudra person can have marriage or sexual intercourse with a Shudra girl, not a girl from Vaishya, Kshatriya, or Brahmin. Similarly, this one. So this, the Anuloma principle is a fact of the Hindu life. The fact available in some area has been exported into the Vasthu Shasthram. So that is how the myth becomes. Myth is not something which you can take away. It is a fact misplaced. The fact belongs to some other area, it is misplaced. And that is the myth of that one. That is the principle. So this is the break. Now here comes a question of Vastu Pandit. The people may be going for the Vastu Pandit and all that thing, but has he ever asked what is your Varna? Have you known any Vastu Pandit anywhere in this one who asked you what is your Varna so that I can prescribe what is prescribable as per Vastu Shastra for you? Have you seen? Have you seen any Vastu Pandit? So what they are doing is, what is prescribed for Brahmin is prescribed for anybody. As per Vastu Shastra, that is not allowed. So if you are going, other than Brahmin, if anybody is going for a Vastu Pandit, it is sure that whatever he prescribed has got a Vastu dosha, because he will be giving you what is prescribed for Brahmin, and all our community have, if there is Vastu dosha as per Vastu, then this one. So in Malayalam we will say, കാശ് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് കടിക്കുന്ന പട്ടിയെ വാങ്ങിക്കുക. You pay for a biting dog. Is it understood? Good. So you are with me. So here I was telling about Varna, you know. What is a Varna going to do with that one? That you know, in Purusha Skanda, the Brahmin is from the mouth of the Brahma, and the Shudra is from the leg, and Kshatriya from the arm, and this one and all that thing, that is the Varna and all that things. And Periyar has said, yes, Periyar has said, Brahmin, Abraham is smelling. Brahmin is produced from the head. Shudra is from the back. All others were produced by their fathers. And there are the social relevance of this one in Avastamba Dharma Shastra. All these things I have noted down. I am not going into the detail. Then now I come to what some prescriptions of Vastu Shastra. I think Advocate Reddy is not there. Of course, we started a little late probably, and so not many. So easily it can be understood. So there is a sloga. The number is given there, Vipranam, etc. I will explain. I will not take much of your time, and I don't believe by reciting the Sanskrit, etc. is not required. The essence is, for Brahmin, the land should be inclined. Which way? For Brahmin, the north should be down. For Kshatriya, the east should be down. For Vaishya, the west should be down. For Shudra, the south should be down. That is the way that it should be served. Has any Vastu Pandit asked you which is your Varna, so that I can prescribe which is the site for you and all that thing? And now you want a plot, and you have got a land. How the plot should be? That is the sketch here. You can see that one. The plot is that irregular shape, and the inside you will get a rectangle. In that you will get a square. The rectangle is the plot for Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. For Brahmin, the plot should be square. And for Kshatriya, the length should be more by 1/8 of the width. For Vaishya, it should be more by 1/6. For Shudra, it should be more by 1/4. So the rectangle should be north-south. perfectly north-south, and there is a way how to find out the clear north and all that thing in Vasthu Shastra, which is, anyway, there is a mirror. So this is how. You may have a lot of plot, but in the true north-south direction, the biggest rectangle, depending on the proportion, is the plot for each of the varnas. The Vastu Mandala, even if your plot is, your plot is, the length is more, the square in that is called the Vastu Mandala. This Vastu Mandala is occupied by Vastu Purusha the way that it is shown there. He occupies the entire plot. And there is some story, I will not go into that one, because he was, the Vastu Purusha is an Asura, he was creating all sorts of problems, even to Devas. Devas even they got frightened, and when he was resting, 45 of the gods came down and pinned him down in that position which you have seen. And these columns, the 45 Devas positions are there. And you will find in the bottom right corner, that corner is Agni, and the top left corner is Vayu. The Vastu Purusha, in most of the text, the Vastu Purusha is lying face down. There are some texts where the Vastu Purusha is face up, and yet the Agni is there only. Where Agni is on this part, when I turn and face up, it should go to the other one. It is not going. Are you getting the point? The Agni is still there, whether it is face down or face up. So what is the result? In the top one, if the house is constructed based on that Agni, the position of the Devas and all that things, then you will construct a house in the normal way. In the other way, for the same result, you should construct the house upside down. That is the nonsense. That is the contradiction within the Vastu Shastra. Many Vastu Shastras are there, you have seen many of them. Are you getting the point? Then this I will come a little later. This is the Vastu Mandala. That is, there are 9 vidhis around the center point. The vidhis are called, you can say, by Sanskrit names. Forget about it. 9 parts are there. It is called a Pishacha Vidhi, Agni Vidhi, and all that things are there. And this is divided basically by a vertical line through the center and a horizontal line through the center, making the whole thing into 4 parts. Out of the 4 parts, the top right and the bottom left are the only 2 portions out of the 4 where house can be built. The other portions, no. This is what Vastu Shastra says. Moreover, out of the 9 vidhis, these are all called vidhis, only the shaded one, the 2 at the top, 1 in the middle, and the 2 at the center, only the shaded portion and that khanda and this khanda, it is possible. And what should be the width of the vidhi? Vastu Shastra prescribes 10 times the height of Yajamana, the owner. 10 times the height of the person. So that I have computed. So it comes about, each width is 10 times, 9 times is okay, 8 times is the minimum. So a man of 5 feet 6 inches, 8 times becomes 44. 44 into 18, 792 feet is the width. And for Brahmin, 792 feet by 792 feet is the buildable plot in the true north-south direction, which amounts to 14 acres. For Shudra, the width that much, because the mandala is the same, and the length he should require more, 990 feet. That is 792 into 1/4 of that one. So he requires 18 acres. That is 8 times the man height, the owner's height. If it is 10 times, Instead of 18 acres, he requires 26 acres. Is there any house in the whole of India where any plot is there with these 26 acres? I have checked the whole of our Kerala with available data. The biggest one is the Cochin Palace in Tripunithura. Abraham will know about it. It is not. In Kerala, there is no house which has been constructed with this area. Where this Vasthu Shastra was constructed anywhere in India? And what is the normal plot anybody can have in Hyderabad? In Bangalore, it is 30-40. And if you have got a plot in the inclined direction, and that is 30-40, you will get the biggest area you can construct it. 2 walls cannot be constructed in that width. As per Vasthu Shastra. That is, out of the 4 khandas, only 2 can be used. Out of the 9 vidis, only 5 vidis can be used. And for one house, it is the 2 vidis put together, what is the adjacent one. 2 walls of 6 inches, you cannot construct. The space is not like that. This is Vasthu Shastra. And now, I will close with one more thing. You can ask, I will leave sufficient time for questioning. This is not exactly the one. That yoni, that is the yoni pranam evathamna yadasmat grahyas tattat yoni. Yoni is the prana of the house. That is what Vasthu Shastra says. And there are yonis, Dhvaja yoni, Simha yoni, Geja yoni, Vrishapa yoni. Then there are other 4 yonis. The 4 yonis above only can be used by human beings. The other yoni, which is called the Thuma, the Kukada, that is dog, the donkey and the crow, it cannot be used. The second one is understandable. I don't know about the first one. The Dhvaja yoni, that is, it is called Eka yoni or Dhvaja yoni, Tru yoni or Simha yoni, etc. What is this yoni for this house? Anyway, the name has come with the actual name of what yoni is. This is the genital organ of the female. Because the Vastu also is conceived as a Bhoga Vastu by the persons who made the Vasthu Shastra. So which yoni is suitable for Brahmin? Which is suitable for Kshatriya? And again, the other one, the break will apply. What is suitable for Brahmin cannot be used by Kshatriya, Vaishya or Sudra. That is, how this computed, how this yoni is attributed this one. It is very stupid way. Take the perimeter in core. If you have got a plot of 4 meter long and 3 meter width, perimeter is 4 plus 3, 7, 7 into 2, 14. 14 meters is the perimeter. Correct, Mr. Naidu? 14. Multiply by 3. 14 into 3 is 42. Divide by 8. Anything divided by 8, you will get a remainder from 0 to 7 or 1 to 8. If the you divide that one and throw away the quotient. Throw away the quotient. The balance, the remainder, if it is 1, it is Ega yoni. What a spurious calculation. If it is 3, it is Simha yoni. Kshatriya can use it. If it is 7, there is an order, there is a difference. Vaishya can use it. If it is 5, it is called a Vrisha yoni. Shudra can use it. And what Shudra can use it, Vaishya can use it, Kshatriya can use it, Brahmin can use it. So, what this, the Vastuization going on throughout India is, how to make this yoni, if it is coming to 3 or 4 or different, you break the wall, construct a little more, and then make this what a stupid, because when this knowledge is limited, and the lower varnas cannot even use that knowledge which was available in Sanskrit. All these things are dumped on the society. This is the Yoni Mahatmyam. And I have explained how it is, and then you make it 3-1, so a little one and all that things. And the fallacy of this one is, on what are you going to measure this? Are you going to make measure it with a fixed length? No. It is going to be measured with cone. A cone, normally you can say this is the length of the cone from the center of the mankind. There are 8 types of cones. 2 can be used by Shudra. 2 can be used by Vaishya. 2 by this one and all that thing. That details I have given. The 24 angulas, 25 angulas, 26 angulas, 27 angulas. The more the angulas, the better the scale. And use that one. So then, what is that angular? It is 64 times the thickness of till, the till seed. Or it can be, I have given here, 3 times the length of the Navara, another dhanya. Or this one. So, in these 3 dhanyas, with the 3, that is, it can be 64, it can be, that is 64, it can be 56, it can be 48. So 3 types in the angulas, 3 times by the dhanya, by the grain that is used. 3 into 3 is 9. And 24 angulas to 31 angulas, that is 8 times by angulas, 72 times cone. 72 measures are there in the cone. So if it is measured by another cone, it will be different. So that, I mean, I have given certain calculation and that is available in the book. How nonsense this calculation is. You measure with another cone, it becomes unsuitable for that and all that things. So, so this is the myth. They are the facts, relocated wisdom or the folly, and that is what the Vasthu Shastra is. And the book that I have written, and I have presented a peer-reviewed article in the scientific, this one. It is called From Mythology of Vasthu Shastra to Methodology of Vastu Vidya. The Vastu Vidya, Vastu Shastra and Tachu Shastra are used without any discrimination one for the other. In studying that one, I found that you have to have something. So Tachu Shastra is nothing but carpentry. And Vastu Vidya, I have separated the objective knowledge. Some of them are tangled in the Vastu Shastra. They are there. Say for example, Manasara has got 5,000 slokas. And it deals with not only houses. Houses is only one part. It deals with everything that is made in that one. That is the facts of building, even dams, even the ornaments, the chair, and the everything. It is covered there. The facts are there, but it is mingled with the Chaturvarnya and all that things. So, and the book, I have written 3 books on that one. I will come to the stop of that one. The first book, all the 3 books had done its social purpose. You may think that Kerala is a very progressive state and all that thing. That is the only state where Vastu Shastra is taught to architects, architectural students in all universities of Kerala. My first book has thrown away that Vastu Shastra from the syllabus for architecture. Then there was a Malayalam university. They are its vice chancellor made an announcement that he is going to introduce Vastu Shastra research on that one. I wrote a letter to him, welcomed that, and I told in the letter, the research is required and you have to find out the objective facts trapped in the whole thing. In the light of the modern science and technology, you have to enrich that and make it into a commercially viable and an economic activity on that one. That you have to have the research. Not for the Yoni Mahatmya, which Yoni is applicable and provided to which Varna and all that thing. That is a nonsense. And Kerala University has done this nonsense and this is my study on that nonsense. She have got a PhD and all that things, and I enclose that one. And he's a very revered IAS man. But on this fact, after this letter, he did not proceed further. My third book in English has stopped introduction of Vasthu Shasthram in graduate, postgraduate and research levels in IIT Kharagpur, the largest IIT of India. It is stopped because there I had been in correspondence with him, and he's another Vasthu Pandit, and he introduced. The relevant portions I have sent to its director. All the directors of all IITs, they have got a gang and all that thing. And to the best of my knowledge, he could not proceed with that one. And this is my contribution. I will stop there. Now, I welcome any questions from anybody. Not that I know the answer. I know what I do not know. Thank you very much.
It is so.
Definitely yes, as long as Liliths are existing. Whether Liliths are existing as per Shastra, that is another question, which in this topic I will not answer because I am not a sociologist. I am not an Ambedkar to answer that question. See, this is a fact existing in some other area, and that is transported here. The way that I have said, the facts existing in the society, you are importing to something where it does not belong. So this question, if the moment you take Dalit as one among anybody, unequal, that is what the Constitution provides us, where is the village? And in Kerala, the last week, the education, the Minister for Devasum, he was prevented from lighting the lamp. It has become a controversy today in Kerala because he is the minister. He is a central committee member of the CPM, for a senior most man after the chief minister, and it is a controversy now. As long as Liliths are existing, anything connected with that one in all that thing, the man is born equal. And our constitution provides equal opportunity for everyone. Unless that is done, how it is done, it is not my subject in this area. Thank you, sir.
So another question is that all the temples, the idol will be facing mostly towards east. Is it a Shastra or why it is so?
When you are speaking, you are traveling at an enormous speed in space. And that, the space, along with that earth, is rotating. And earth along with that one is rotating on the sun. And that together rotating some other thing. And in the endless type of rotation and all that thing, which is east, which is west, which is north, which is top, which is bottom, what sense is it? It's nonsense.
So what is the speciality for north and east? Everybody will take the flat. So face is north and east preferable.
This is one aspect I have specifically dealt with that one. The answer is just I have answered. But you have a preference. Supposing I have got 4 sons and the eldest son wants to rise up early and he wants to see the rise. I will provide him the room in the eastern side. The other son, if he does not want to see the rising sun, he wants to spend in the evening and all that thing, I will provide in the western thing. This is as a man who is providing the argument. And then I have shown the agenda, the caves were all around that one. You have got a lake there. So you will face your house towards the lake to see the natural beauty. And you have got a hill there and then face that one. So there are attractions for this one. And as regards north, south, and east, and all that thing, I have already answered, because there is when everything is moving, nothing is known to be constant. So what are all these things?
Is there any Vastu other than India? Other countries? Is there any Vastu?
Vastu is only in India, but there are similar nonsenses elsewhere also. And the Japanese, I have dealt with that one. Japanese, there is a one thing. What is it called? I'm not getting that name. Feng shui. It is very simple. You have got some object, you may pick up. You keep it this way, you will get fortune. You will keep this way, you will not get fortune. You will keep this way, and all that thing, your wife will die, and all that thing. So,
whatever the other religions in India, other religions, Muslims or Christians.
I have not talked about religion.
No, are they following the Vastu or not?
Now, see, there is a common thing. The advocate was telling me, you have got a house and all that thing, and you wanted to build a house and you have to sell it. And in fact, he was supposed to come here. He was a colleague in Heavy Engineering Corporation with me. He is in Kakinada, and he has got some family problems, so he did not come. Otherwise, he would have been here. He wanted a house. My son is a reasonably famous architect. And he said, okay, I will tell him and all that thing. But then he said, well, I don't believe in Vastu and all that thing, because I have to, if I wanted to sell it and all that thing, it is, oh, okay, fine, good. There is a reason for that. I asked him, which Varna you belong to? He said, what? We know each other for many years. Why you are asking me that question? It is required. Because now only you told me that you want a house with Vastu. Which Varna? Then I explained to him. Then he said he is Shudra. And that is another misconception. If anybody who does not belong to Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, he assumes that he is a Shudra. No. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra put together in Indian demography is only 12 to 15%. The balance, which is called the Panchamas. Then I asked him what your father was doing. Then he said some agriculture, this one and all that thing. Then I said, Vastu is not applicable to you, because Vastu is only for Savarna. You are not a Savarna as per the work that you are concerned. You are not cut. Invariably, there will be Vastu dosha as per Vasthu Shastra, because that the break. And any more questions? And there is only one lady, Mom. Thank you for sitting through. You are the owner of this mic, is it? And for women, there are 3 slokas. Oh, you have removed this one. Okay. The one sloka is, in that Nalukattu, the 4 house, north house, south house, east and west house. There is a corner house, south to west of the house, because the women, after delivery, and when they are impure, you understand what is impure, no? So she can stay in that part, because it is detached from the other portions. That is one sloka. Then there is another sloka which says, for Graha Pravesham, you are entitled to accompany your Yajamana. Slightly behind. In that process, that is the second sloka. And there is a third sloka. What is the sloka? Let me see whether I can. I remember. Ekajati tarubhiprakalpidam dvarapala patakajitam subham. The meaning is, in the house you will have door that is made of wood. If the door is made of the same wood, it is fine. If it is made of different wood, it is sure, and as per some Pandit, it is certain that the house lady will become a prostitute. So these are the only three slokas applicable pertaining to women in Vasthu Shastra. So, if a Shudra wanted to have a house as per Vasthu Shastra, he should have 26 acres. Without that, it is not as per Vastu. But acceptable one, he should have 16 acres. So, whether it has been provided anywhere, as I told you, I belong to Vishwakarma community, and for 3 generations before and all that thing, except for how to make the inclined rafter and all that thing, there are certain, it is called a Shilpa Ratnam, some details and other things are there. Other than that, Vasthu Shastra has never been practiced and it cannot be practiced. If it is to be practiced, these are the things to be followed.
Only said about the women, but there was a question also followed by that. If different kinds of wood is used in the house, will it happen to the husband also? So what should...
It's a very interesting question. I took this talk in the engineering college, my alma mater, engineering college at Trivandrum. Professors, students, and these are there. One girl student asked this question. She actually thanked me, and this is there, it's a beautiful one, and all that things, how to keep the chastity of the woman in the house, which is there, and all that thing. Sir, what is the dosha if the man is a womanizer? So I told her, unfortunately, there is nothing for the man in this Vasthu Shastra, because this has been made by a society consisting, overpowered by man, overpowered by the highest in the Varnas. So it is, in short, it is a Savarna Purusha ideology. It is nothing but other than that.
So another question is, Bhishma waited on his Ampashaya for the Uttarayana to start, so that Uttarayana sun start moving to Uttara, starts moving to south, he will start there, stop there and start moving to Uttara. So he will wait for he waited for that. After entering the Uttarayana, he quit his life. This is what Bharatam says. So there is a tendency that in all our mythological books, Dakshinam is looked down. Not only mythological books, even now it is, the south is looked down by the North Indians. So is it the reason, you know about the distribution of finances by the center to north and south also there. So the south is looked down even in that end. So is it the reason because North Indians, the Pandits mostly come from, the books were written by the people of North India, they looked down the south, they said south is inauspicious because problems. So if one starts moving to south, they consider it is inauspicious. Is it the same thing in Vasthu Shastra also? The Vasthu Shastra, is it come from that only or any other reason for this?
So for the Bhishma, you have to go back to Vyasa and ask him. I do not have the answer. And then you may even ask Vyasan, is it one person? The Mahabharata has been written over 200 years. So which Vyasan has written of this one? Obviously, it is not one Vyasan who has done that one. Anyway, but frankly speaking, I don't know the answer, and the other answer I can only guess. And then unless you have got an enmity towards me, that I would be also being attacked by a North Indian for giving some this one and all that thing. So I will leave the question to your this one. And in Mahabharata, since you have touched the point, this Mahabharata is, see, there is a controversy now, Sanatana Dharma and all that. See, the Hindu, this one, I don't know why this much of this controversy and all that thing, it is going to engulf and it is going to another controversy. And probably what I am talking here will not be heard by anybody outside this wall. So my life may not be in danger. I hope so. The Shruti and Smriti are the foundation and walls of Hindu Maha. And Shruti is nothing but Chatur Veda, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. And each of the Veda has got three parts. That is mantra or samhita, Brahmana. Mantra is what is that, the Veda and all the things. For example, one sloka is, and even Vasthu Shasthram also there is a sloka, Indra Tridhad Sharanam, that is in Rigveda, which means Indra for me, and also those who are practicing yoga, not yoga, yaga, give us a house which cannot be destroyed by the enemies. Enemies, you know what are the enemies of these people, that the Logayadas were the enemies and all that thing. So that is one sloka. And but this is as an epic, what I'm saying is that is Shruti, and then philosophy, Upanishad. And philosophy is for those who can understand and intelligent. For the other things, the Brahmana is the ritual, how to conduct the rituals. And mantra, this mantra and this ritual Brahmana are for those who cannot, who are not intelligent enough to understand the philosophy, Upanishad. And we have got 6 Upanishads. What are they? Nyayam. What does it say? Anything that is not logical or is not experienced, cannot be experienced, you need not accept that. That is what Nyaya says. And this is the essence of Shruti. And Shruti is the foundation of Hinduism. And you have got Sankhya. What does it say? Mule mula abhavat amula mula. Root has no root. Hence, rootlessness is the foundation. It takes away all the idea of who created this world and all that thing. It throws away all that thing. That is our Sankhya. What is yoga? Yoga is not making 56 inches. Physical thing is there for 5 to 10%. I have got a book, by the Patanjali's book I have got. And it is all the control of mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. In one sentence, yoga means Chitta vritti nirodha. Control of mind. Control of the vacillations of mind. When psychology or psychiatry was not available, then this was the text for that one. And what is the Mimamsas? Of course, Vaisheshika means nothing but anu, the physics and all that. Mimamsa. It gives us Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Neti, Neti. These are the things that Mimamsa tells us. What is Tattvamasi? I am you. This is the Sanatana Dharma, the essence of Sanatana Dharma. Tattvamasi, that is you. And neti, neti. This not, that not in the meaning. And its vakhyana, the interpretation can be, what you say is wrong. What the other man says, that is also wrong. What is correct? I do not know, I am in search of that. These are the essence, that these are the Mimamsas. And these Upanishads are the essence. This is for the intelligent people. For other things are for those who cannot understand, not intelligible enough to understand that one. And they are making just like Vasthu Dosha, the Pandits or those who say for Vastu or against Vastu, none of them had read any of the authentic text of that one. They have not seen the text. If they have seen it, they have not read it. If they have read it, they have not understood it. If anybody had understood it, they are practicing the opposite of that for making their money. And Mahabharata, such a glorious book. What is not there in Mahabharata? The war is there, against war is there, the prostitution of women is there, the chastisation of women is there, and the Savabhoga is there. And ultimately, there is a message that in war, nobody wins. So it is in the whole thing put together, it gives a message. And there is anything, and of course there is a claim. What you see in the world is all there in Mahabharata. What you are not seeing in the Mahabharata, you cannot see anywhere in the world. That is a superficial claim. That is not correct. So we have traveled from Vasthu Shasthram to Sanatana Dharma, and the Shruti is where the major Smritis are there. Manusmriti. There are 36 statements. I had the copy of that one, where he downgrades the women. At least the women should rise up and say, the constitution maker has burned down Manusmriti. Our constitution is raised on the debris of this Manusmriti. Nastri Swadhantra Marhati is the least offensive one. There is a statement that it is a duty of every man, even the weak man, to get physical mastery of the woman. And there is a Smriti by Parashara, there is a Smriti by I forgot the name, but this one. So this Shruti and the Smriti and this one, and out of this the foundation is Shruti, and the most important thing in Shruti is Upanishad. And what Upanishad says, I have told you. So this, the people who are fighting for Sanatana, against Sanatana, what do they do? I don't know. So, shall I, any more questions? I know what I do not know. So I can. So it is the rest of the people, you see, Upanishad is like that. Upanishad, you sit by your side, I will tell you what it is. So the lesser the people, the more intimate that one. This intimacy I cannot get if I come online. I will be talking to